And just a minute or two here for the players to get warmed up before the start of the game. Hello and thanks for joining us on Noche La NBA, the NBA's celebration of Latin heritage, both among its players and fans. With Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony alongside, I'm Kevin Harlan at the table. And from the sidelines, it's our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. And a quick look at some of the numbers for Stephen Curry.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight or they'll start losing patience with him.
And now the Golden State Warriors starters. In the backcourt, we'll see Curry and Podziemski. Booty is out there with Jimmy Butler. And it's Green in at the pivot, manning the middle. And for the Spurs, up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. And it's Biyombo at the 5 spot. The three-point shot, so important in today's NBA and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
And we can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off their rhythm.
Now here's Curry. The shot by Butler, nobody around. A three-pointer is right on target. Butler's got his team on the board to start the game for the Warriors. Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Well, Kevin, Greg Popovich and I talked for a few minutes. Now, I asked Coach what the game plan was when it comes to defending Jimmy Butler. And he said to me, we have to make sure we match his energy level. Jimmy is one of those guys that goes all out every second. We want our guys to do the same on D. It won't be easy, but they think they found a way to contain him. Guys?
Thanks, David. Richard, we know that not many teams have had steady core players like the Warriors have had over the past decade.
Well, there's so much player movement these days, and it's hard to keep any roster intact, let alone a superstar team like Golden State.
So it's the Warriors now, after the basket by San Antonio. Green with a screen on Paul. There's the triple, and another three for Golden State.
His shooting motion is just so impeccable. Curry's long ball is one of the prettiest shots in the game.
Paul with the ball, and Curry picks him up defensively. Fires from deep. Chris Paul, and that's good.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Green with a screen on Paul. Curry fires from way outside. Here's Podziemski. And a miss there on the triple. The Spurs have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Paul passes to Vassell. 1:37 left in the first quarter. 4 on the clock. That's a 2 from Paul. Another one falls for San Antonio.
And when Paul gets to his spots, it doesn't matter if the defense is there. He's got a deadly jumper.
Outside Curry. And the 3 off target.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
And it's Paul penetrating. No luck that time on the shot that would have put them on top. Golden State's gone 3 of 6, 50% from deep so far tonight. And the basket by Curry.
Shots are just flowing from him right now, having a really strong quarter.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. He wants to talk to his guys.
Here we go, San Antonio!
Spurs fans, no reason to gripe when we got the Spurs hype.
A different look now for San Antonio. Charles Massey, he's checked in for Bismack Biyombo. Jeremy Sohan comes in for Devin Vassell. And it's Johnson in for Castle. .50 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. To the paint. It's stolen. Butler up top. Finished off the break. Butler's got 5 points so far.
And Butler on the break. You can't give him any room to run, or you might get your feelings hurt.
Paul passes to Johnson. Back to Paul. It's rebounded by Golden State. Pass to Butler. Oh, and the jam by Butler.
And that's what they want to see from Butler, a take-charge mindset, that desire to attack the rim.
Johnson outside. Paul outside. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist. Paul's got his third basket of the night.
Rate of baskets assisted, it's a stat I really like. It tells the story of how well you are playing team offense.
It's been all about Stephen Curry for the Warriors. And it was from three-point range where he did the most damage. He knocked down 3 in that quarter. Back to the action in just a minute. And we return to the second quarter, and Noche Latina specialized jerseys on display. Welcome back, everyone. All right, well, a look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, so far, their long-range shooting has been the story, doing damage from deep.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Richard, last season marked the 5th consecutive year that the Spurs missed the playoffs.
And this drought came directly after their historic streak of 22 consecutive playoff appearances. But the silver lining in this stretch is that it allowed them to draft a generational talent in Wembanyama.
So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Kuminga out there with Payton, and it's Post in at the center. Sohan. Nice defense from Kuminga. For the Warriors, they won their last contest, that game against the Pelicans.
Yeah, I mean, we saw them do a little bit of everything in that game. Showed a lot of versatility.
It really is fun seeing an offensive function like a well-oiled machine. I'll be interested to see if they can keep doing this.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Johnson dishes to Barnes. Johnson against Payton. Just 5 to shoot. The 17-footer. Count it, and the Warrior lead has been cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Johnson.
Ooh, barely beating the clock. Good awareness by Johnson.
Wesley against Curry. Fires from way outside. Warriors the rebound. They kick out to Hield. Connects from three-point range. Hield's got his first 3 points of the game.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
There has been a lot of discussion about the length of the NBA season, GA. Do you think 82 games is the right number?
Well, I do. It's worked well for over 50 years, so why change it? And if we do change it, it affects records and how we compare the game across eras.
And now it's time to look at our rookie leaderboard and see which of the first-year players are tops in assists during the last month. You look at Castle, one of the best passers in the NBA, always looking to get his teammates involved.
And he's been setting the table beautifully. I mean, that'll keep his veteran teammates really happy.
Here's Vassell. And Moody pulls it down.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Here's Curry. Curry getting it done inside.
Stronger than he looks. Curry able to take the hit there and finish.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin. Greg Popovich is guiding a young Spurs team that's hoping to return this franchise to the dominance that saw 5 titles since 1999. Pop said the standards haven't changed. Be very direct, demand, be fair, and love them. They got to know you care about them. So it's all the same formula from 25 years ago to today. Kevin?
It's an interesting story, David. Thank you. And, of course, as a Hall of Famer, you bringing that to us? Perfect.
And Butler, someone you got to stay with in that pick and roll. All he needs is a little space, and he is ready to fire.
Now here's Paul. 8 points for him. Shoots over Curry. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Here's the Warriors with the ball. They've got a 13-2 run goal. Buries the long-range jumper.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And we've got a timeout from Greg Popovich. Wants to talk some things over. Might be seeing some things to adjust.
Give loud and let them hear it. It's time for T-shirts.
The Spurs making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Here's Paul. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston. Pass to Biyombo. Barnes outside. Here's Castle. The teardrop falls in.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
Green with a screen on ball. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet weren't set on that screen. Easy call.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
Paul with the three. He can't get it to go. And so it's the Golden State Warriors in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They have been sharp from beyond the arc, putting on a terrific three-point shooting display. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Steve. Some great engagement defensively. What's happening that's good at that end of the floor?
I think they're just playing hard, rotating, playing for each other, and I think they've done a better job of avoiding fouls and just playing through.
Steve, thanks for your time. Back to you.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
Hey folks, happy you joined us. The action tonight, a bit wild and a big deficit now for the San Antonio Spurs.
I don't see the fight. They're getting pushed around. You really see it on the glass.
They need some of that diesel energy in the paint.
They can use his size as well.
And now, as the season winds down, a look at the Western Conference picture.
Well, right now for the Spurs, they've wanted this to be a turnaround season. They have a few building blocks, but the roster construction is not complete. This front office has some tough decisions to make.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. Really an incredible game from Stephen Curry.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on him from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
If I'm his teammate, I keep feeding the hot hand, especially since he's been on fire from deep also.
Warriors leading by 16. In the backcourt, it's the veteran Paul paired with Castle. Up in the front court, it'll be Vassell and Barnes. And it's Biyombo at the center, locking down the middle. So that's who Greg Popovich starts the second half with. It didn't take long for Podziemski to establish himself as an elite charge taker.
The funny thing about the game of basketball is that some things can't be taught. Podge clearly has the it factor when it comes for the timing that it takes to draw charges. He can steal a few possessions for you every single game.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Now here's Green, still without a basket. Shot clock at 5. Add another basket to his impressive total. It's his 9th against 12 attempts.
You want to know why they're winning? It's because of his play offensively.
Barnes looking around. Vassell, no good. Warriors leading by 19. Moody with it. He's picked up by Paul. Pass to Pajemski. There's a screen. Back to Curry. Up and in. That's his 10th make in the contest. He has only taken 13 shots.
A clean start to the half for them, knocking down their first 3 shots.
And timeout is called by Greg Popovich. And coach has decided they need a moment to talk things over. Fields checked in for Moody. Where there's a lot of emphasis on three-point shooting, Greg. What's your opinion of that?
Well, Kevin, stretching the D isn't just about how far out they have to defend. It's the distance between that and how far in you have to defend. That's why analytics favors shots at the rim and from distance.
And here's Biyombo. Still scoreless. Barnes outside. Pass to Castle. Good, and it's Barnes picking up the assist.
Ever the crafty vet, Barnes spots a wide open guy and sends that ball on time and on target.
Butler kicks to Curry. Green with a screen on Paul. Back to Butler. 5 on the clock. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. When it comes to players who like having fun, great Jimmy Butler has to be way up there.
Kevin, did you see his media picture for the 23-24 season? He looked like he belonged in an emo band with that hairstyle. Jimmy is definitely one of those guys that likes to troll and have fun.
Free throw, good Butler.
And free throws have never really been an issue for Butler. Makes a living at the line.
And so Butler nails both of them. You know, Greg, with a combination of Wembanyama and Coach Greg Popovich, the Spurs should be a great defensive team.
Yeah, it's hard with a young roster because all 5 guys have to work in unison, and often someone's going to make a mistake.
Sohan with the ball. He's defended by Pajemski, the 11-footer, and it's Sohan missing. Warriors leading by 20. Outside Curry. 59 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Some solid D from Paul. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for the Spurs. They'll be hosting Orlando for the next one. That game will conclude a 3-game homestand. Johnson gets the bucket.
Nice shooting reflexes on display from Johnson. He's got such a quick release. It is off as soon as he touches it.
Pass to Pajemski. Curry outside. And again, it's the Warriors missing. Here's Champagny, covered by Heel. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. They set the pick. Paul passes to Biyombo. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Yeah, terrific play right there. Great strip to finish through the contact.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
First team foul. Bismack Biyombo. Shooting 1.
Here's Butler. Here's Kuminga. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. And so it's the Golden State Warriors with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. They've got their field goal percentage to thank for that. They've been hot from all over the floor tonight. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
That wasn't a better pass in the game, almost like he had a sixth sense.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. So with Butler sitting on the bench, here's the group that Steve Kerr has on the floor. Some kind of shooting in the backcourt for him. It's Curry and Hield. Gary Payton II is out there with Kuminga. And it's Post in at the 5. Here's Curry after the basket by San Antonio. Outside, Payton. Curry looking around. 6 to shoot. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Three-pointer, Hield. Rebounded by the Spurs.
And it's still a close game. I mean, despite the fact that they've struggled to compete on the boards.
Pass to Bessie. And here is Johnson. Tries again. And that one's good. Bessie's got 4 this quarter.
How about the level of activity this dude just brings to the glass? Just refusing to give up on plays, and his teammates, trust me, they appreciate the effort.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. He knows every possession is critical now. So San Antonio goes with a fresh 5 on the floor. Time now to turn to our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David.
Hey, guys. Well, Steve Kerr talked to his team during the last timeout. He told them it's all about maintaining the lead. He told them he knows it's easy to get comfortable when you're in this position, but that they need to keep the pressure on. Guys?
Okay, David, much appreciated. Here's Butler. Good. Great play by Green to set it up.
Shot IQ has always been a strength for Butler. He's not one to force up a bad shot.
Here's Castle. He's defended by Podziemski. And the basket by Castle.
Obviously, this guy has a talent for scoring, able to problem solve for whatever the defense tosses at him.
Now here's Curry from deep three-point land. Vassell grabs the board. Pass to Castle. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits.
Vassell has always had great instincts, but those have only improved the last few years. You can see it in his passing.
Paul with the steal. And here we go. Fast break. Paul's got it. Hits the 3 from the wing.
The adjustments they've made offensively, they're putting guys in a position now to succeed.
When it took them a little while to get there, just goes to show as long as you persevere, you'll figure your way out.
And that one's good by Butler.
And he does it with and without the ball. Butler stuffing that stat sheet.
Here's Castle. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. And it goes on Draymond Green. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
And also, the mid-range game has been working as well. They've kept that as a big part of their game plan, and boy, are they being rewarded for it.
And no good as the first free throw missing for him. We'll see if he can nail the second. And he does get the second one, and that narrows the gap to 7.
I couldn't hit them all, and they need every point they can get.
Butler passes to Moody. Back to Butler. Butler with the bucket down low.
Strong move by Butler, making sure that was a quality possession.
Here's Castle. The Warriors pull it in. Podziemski finds Curry. Now, here's Moody. Podziemski on the wing. Shot clock at 6. Green, the screen. Podziemski's shot is good. And it's an 11-point Warrior lead.
And it's just competing, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
And so here is Golden State following the bucket by the Spurs. Here's Green, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
At all times he's on the court. Green is active and physical. He loves being in the middle of the action.
Draymond Green at the line for 2.
Shoot 2.
He hits the first one, and that will push the lead to double digits. Both free throws good from Green.
Calm and cool, and his free throws put a bow on this one. Nice way to finish the game up.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much, Draymond. When you look at the stat sheet and why things work tonight, what are you looking at the most?
Turnovers. That's the key to the game. Look at turnovers and how many free throws they shot. If they weren't able to set their defense, we didn't turn the ball over, we were able to set ours. Those are the two things I look at.
Certainly sounds like the foundation to victory, man. Congrats again. Back to you.
Much appreciated, David. And that'll wrap it up, folks. So for our reporter, David Aldridge, and our analysts, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, I'm Kevin Harlan. We thank you for watching tonight's game. But first, let's reveal our player of the game, Stephen Curry.